doesn't mute us either.
What's up, everybody? They could not hear us, so that was good at least. Welcome to This Week in Gaming, episode 30, an appropriate episode number for our E3 recap. As always, serendipitous. As always, Slightly Salted Squad here. I'm John at Force Inept.
I'm Mike at Srej.
I'm Deion at Underdog. You're going to have to change that label.
What the shit? Okay. Yeah, we're going to... New name, Underdog, is here. Yeah, I'll change that for next time. My bad. So, yeah, welcome again. I kind of went out of order here. We were just playing some Roller Champions, free-to-play game, pre-alpha through Ubisoft, available through June 14th, 9 p.m. Pacific, I think it is. So midnight Eastern. So pretty fun. We kind of got the hang of it. We kind of got wrecked a few times and wrecked other people. So there you go.
We did.
But as always, we appreciate you guys watching or listening, whether it be live on twitch.tv/Slightly Salted Squad or later on YouTube or your favorite podcast network. If you haven't yet, checked us out on Twitter and Instagram. Been posting lots of tweets, including lots of Final Fantasy and Cyberpunk news, which we will be talking about shortly. But if you want to support us outside of Twitch, again, you can give Twitch Primes. We appreciate it. At least give it to somebody else in the community. You can check us out on patreon.com/Slightly Salted Squad. Not a whole lot there yet, but let us know what you think. Let us know what you want. That's what we're here for. But most importantly, if you actually want to play with us, check out our official Discord. You can find the link below at twitch.tv/Slightly Salted Squad. Already did the introductions. I don't think we really have any kind of... Oh, we do have some housekeeping. This Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. I know it's Father's Day, but Squad Thoughts, we're going to be talking about E3, favorite conferences, worst conferences, favorite games, most anticipated games, all that stuff. We're going to try not to get super into debate tonight because there's a lot of debate between the three of us, I would say.
Let's saving it up. I'm so excited.
Yeah, just kind of building that until Sunday, and we're going to let it all out. 2 hours, probably not enough, so we're going to have to keep some rails on it Sunday, but I think it should be some very lively debate. But tonight we're going to do the recaps. We're going to just kind of break it down more informational, just kind of quick thoughts on things, but not overall favorites, winners, etc. And yeah, I'm going to throw up the intro video again anyways, because that's the tradition. Or not, because Stream Deck doesn't want to do that. So we're going to continue on E3 2019. Officially, technically started with the Microsoft Xbox conference. EA Play, though, not officially part of E3, was the day prior, so Friday, June 8th. We're going to kind of start there, but even I could see an argument for the Stadia conference, or Stadia Connect, excuse me, that happened on Thursday, June 7th. But we already did squad thoughts on that. I know two founders in the group, one non-believer, I guess. I don't know what the deal is there.
I don't know how to use the word non-believer.
Shun the non-believer.
We got so many consoles. And I'm looking mainly
at
you, John.
I'm shunning.
We have everything, all the things.
As I was saying, shunning the non-believer.
Okay, all right. Somebody's gotta keep this to the truth.
We're gonna start with what?
Slightly.
Actually, real quick, one of the few opinions of tonight. Do you guys consider EA Play part of E3?
Yes, I counted it sort of in my the notes I'm compiling for Sunday. I did not include Stadia, though I really kind of think I want to. So,
yeah.
E3 or EA Play, yes, absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay. Same here. It's EA. It's the same weekend of E3. I mean, it's kind of hard not to. But EA Play started June 8th. They pretty much did it in small half-hour segments where they went through one by one each game, did a focus on it. They had a lot of Twitch and YouTube celebrities out there. They had Golden Boy. They had Greg Miller. They were supposed to have Andrea Renee, but apparently she had like some last minute surgery and couldn't make it or something. Although she was at the Avengers.
She said she was
panel
good
today.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
She said whatever the surgery was.
Yeah. So glad to hear she's all right. But EA Play went through the games half-hour piece. They went through Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order from Respawn Entertainment. Apex.
That's part of that conference.
Agreed. Apex Legends, also by Respawn Entertainment. Battlefield 5, their Chapter 4. Battlefront 2. Well, Battlefront 2 was kind of like a little side thing they just kind of wedged in there. FIFA 20. Anthem got a brief little kind of developer interview, and they had a booth where you could play stuff. But,
half an interview. It wasn't even a whole interview.
It was like, hey, we got new things. You should check us out. Everybody's like, pass. Then they got Madden NFL 20. No surprise there. Then The Sims 4, where they talked about island.
With mermaids.
With mermaids and more pets and things like that. So, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I think we can probably all agree that was really what we got out of the EA Play.
It was the best thing. It was the best thing about EA Play.
It was.
EA Play.
So we did get... so that comes out November 15th of this year, which I'm pretty excited about. We got... they said that it was going to be 15 minutes of gameplay. I think it was more like 10 or 12 minutes of gameplay. So the kind of shafted us there.
John kept track.
Yeah, I was very particular about that. But it was a kind of intro. They said it was about 3 hours into the game. They didn't say how long the game is, but they did say early on about 3 hours into the game. So that's at least kind of comforting to hear that it's not at least going to be like a 10-hour game. Hopefully it's 20 to 30 hours. Closer
the other
to 30,
thing they said that I thought was interesting was that you're no longer a Padawan, but you're not quite a Jedi Master. So there definitely will be this progression as you get to know the Force. You're not coming in as this like ultimate Force user just trying to beat the game. You will actually have to earn your powers and progress.
Yeah, so I saw the kind of like unlock skill points. It didn't actually do anything with them, but you get the double jump, which is called Force Leap, I think it was. They had where you kind of push the door open, you use the Force to pull Vine. So it was kind of one of those things where it's like fairly advanced Force powers, kind of from what maybe we traditionally see.
It's like above traditional Star Wars, but then like less than Force Unleashed, where it was just like bringing down ships. Right?
Yeah,
like,
literally
so far,
carrying down Star Destroyers.
So far, yeah.
Yeah, who knows where he was. That one scene, the most badass moment of the entire freaking demo, when he grabs that stormtrooper, and he force pulls him into his freaking saber and just runs his lightsaber through it.
Yeah.
It's like those kind of like finishers that you're gonna have, super cool.
The laser one was cool too, where he did like the slow down and
slow down time, pull the guy toward him, put him in front of his own laser bolt. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm curious.
I think it'll be respectable though, because it is canon, right? So they're not going to go all over the place.
Yeah, so I like that. I'm kind of a little nervous because I know Star Wars, Disney, Lucasfilm can be a little controlling on that and restrict it a little bit. But I'm optimistic. It looked a lot more kind of visceral and more, I would say, difficult than obviously Force Unleashed, which was just hack and slash, go through the game, just super power trip. I'm curious how the mechanics play out and the finishers play out, though. Is that going to be every single time? Is that whatever? And the Stormtroopers weren't kind of advancing as much as I kind of anticipated them to, if that makes sense. So, yeah, kind of curious. And actually, can someone check the stream real quick for me?
Yeah, it looks frozen.
It's good for me. I just need to refresh. So I'm not sure what happened there. Hopefully everybody saw everything. It says we've been live and everything. So
it didn't change for me.
Okay, cool. Well, sorry about that, everybody that we just interrupted. Yeah, so I'm curious to see how it is. It's Cal Kestis is the main character. You got the little BD1, which is Buddy Droid 1, apparently that stands for. I think they took that from Titanfall. Saw Gerrera's in it, so that's pretty cool. So clearly they are playing off the, Rogue One or playing into the Rogue One story somewhere around there.
Yeah, with actually Forrest Whitaker actually doing voice acting.
Which is kind of crazy.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of makes me wonder how big of a part he's going to have. Somebody like Forrest Whitaker, like, did he just come for like the smaller cameo piece, or is he going to play a bigger role?
Yeah, I feel like, because I keep showing him in the trailer and stuff too. I feel like he has a bigger role, at least even in this story. Like, I think he plays a pivotal part. Maybe he's the one. This is just speculation, but obviously from the trailer, that he's kind of hiding his force powers, and then he like rescues somebody on a ship or whatever that was. Maybe he goes to Saul Guerrero. Saul Guerrero finds him and helps him out. Maybe he was on the run and Saul Guerrero helps enlist him or something.
I'm hopeful.
Just a guess.
Hopefully he's a bigger part. I'm kind of nervous that they just put him in that so they can like put him in trailers and shit like that and just be like, here's the intro. And
that's true.
Bam.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a little jaded because it's EA, but at the same time, it is Respawn, so I am very hopeful. It seemed like the developers had talked, and Vince Zampella, who's the what's his title? Lead of Respawn Entertainment, whatever the title is. They all seem very passionate about it, so that was pretty cool. Okay, we better not spend too much time on that because Apex Legends. So the season 2 is coming out. I'm kind of interested. Watson, they demoed or showed that character.
I was more interested in Watson than anything else. It was cool, defensive character, and
interesting defensive character. 12 different essentially posts you can put out and make these fences, and then ultimate that blocks projectiles and shit like that. So pretty cool.
Also, ultimate accelerants charge her ultimate in just one.
Yeah.
So you guys can stack ultimate accelerants and spam her sort of ultimate pylon to like hold the fort for a while. So that's really cool.
Yeah, very cool. Battlefield 5, some new maps. Chapter 4 is coming out and stuff like that. Battlefront 2, Capital Supremacy is coming out. FIFA 20, September 27th, if you want that. Madden, NFL is having a closed beta June 14th through 16th, actually. So coming up there. Sims 4 is 20 years old. Doesn't look like graphics have been improved in 20 years either. That was my main comment there. They got mermaids. It's island living, different jobs and stuff like that.
Active volcano. So cool.
I don't need Sims to look super... Like, I think it's fine. I think what everybody would want is a multiplayer Sims game, like an actual like online multiplayer. Legit
it's called
Sims
real life, Deion.
No, I think they have that, don't they?
Not like Sims 4, but like online.
They did have, and this is less of a smart ass comment, but they did have Next Life or Second Life, which is very similar to the Sims, and it was kind of like Sims Online.
Yeah, but
I thought Sims had like a brief thing where you could like kind of socialize, but I could be wrong.
They have some games, like they have a mobile game where you can join like cities for your friends and things like that, but there's no like get online and hang out sort of thing.
Gotcha. Okay, I think that kind of wraps up EA Play, kind of high level thoughts. Again, join us Sunday. We're going to be kind of debating the conferences and things like that. Best games of each conference, best games overall, things like that. But getting into the Microsoft Xbox conference, which happened on Sunday, June 9th, at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to just go through real quick. We're not going to be able to touch on everything in it, but I'm going to just kind of go through, list them all out, and then we can kind of touch on a few. So we had The Outer Worlds, Bleeding Edge, Ori and Will of the Wisps, Minecraft Dungeons, big ol' Phil Spencer came out, Jedi Fallen Order again, Blair Witch, Cyberpunk 2077, which I'm sure we'll talk a lot about, Spiritfarer, Battletoads, RPG Time, The Legend of Wright, indie stuff, just a whole trailer of indie stuff. They talked about their Game Pass, obviously a ton. Microsoft Flight Simulator at E3.
Really good.
Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, Wasteland 3, Matt Booty came out. He's the head of Xbox Game Studios. Talked about those studios they added.
Shout out to Matt Booty.
Psychonauts 2, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot?
Yeah, Kakarot.
Kakarot.
Are you fucking with me right now? I feel like
No.
you're fucking with me right now.
I have no idea. 12 Minutes,
Vegeta?
Way to the Woods, Gears of War 5, Bound by Blood, Let's see. Coalition Studio Head came out. Xbox Elite Controller Series 2, Dying Light 2, Forza Horizon 4, Lego Speed Champions expansion. Ralph Fulton, the creative director, came out for Gears Pop for iOS and Android. State of Decay 2, Phantasy Star Online 2, Crossfire X, Tales of Arise, shout out Tales of Nerdia, Borderlands 3, Elden Ring, the George R. R. Martin game. Project xCloud was talked about, and then Project Scarlet. So, packed conference. It was supposed to be 2 hours. It was, I think, closer to about an hour and a half, actually. But, I mean, I think, what do we just start with Cyberpunk?
Yeah, we can do that. Keanu fucking Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Out. Holy shit.
Yeah, show him the trailer, and
not,
then he just walks on stage, cloud of smoke.
Yeah. Yep. It's not just a small part either. Evidently, he's got a pretty big role. They were kind of tight-lipped on what kind of role that would be. But I personally love this trend right there. You'll see John Bernthal is in the Ghost Recon game.
Yep.
They announced that a couple days later. You've got your Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk 2077. You've got these actual actors and like Hollywood stars that are joining the video game world and sort of bridging this gap, and I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Huge stars. Like Keanu Reeves is one of the hottest actors right now, like making a resurgence, and they get him, and it was just that hype moment, and the crowd went wild. Oh shoot, what did they call him?
Breathtaking.
Yes. That guy got a free copy of the game.
Yeah. So that guy got, or will be getting, a free copy of the game, which is pretty cool. So you could tell Keanu wasn't in character or anything like that. He was just there and hyped for the game. His character's name is Johnny Silverhand, they did announce. So kind of interesting there. Then they did a whole CGI trailer, not really trailer, scene that they showed that just looked gorgeous. I mean, obviously this picture here of Keanu Reeves, that's part of, not the same, but kind of a continuation of that scene. And yeah, damn, CGI is just on point. Insane. A little upset they didn't show gameplay. They are showing it behind closed doors. Apparently it's like 45 to 50 minutes of gameplay, and it's super expansive. So reviews are kind of starting to come in, but the initial thing is like, holy shit, there's a lot of this they let us play. And apparently it's a somewhat decent part into the game, so there's, I guess, minor spoilers. So I'm kind of debating if I'm gonna watch that or not. But yeah, holy shit, this game looks amazing. Collector's editions are available for pre-order, not on PC currently, but you can do it for PlayStation 4 and Xbox. You can pre-order it on everything, including Steam. So it's not an Epic Game Store exclusive. So that's nice. I'm going to guess you guys are both going to get this game?
Undoubtedly.
Yeah, without question.
PC or PS4?
PC.
PS4.
Okay. He's a platinum grind guy. I get it.
Yeah,
I respect it.
I'm not going to lie. It crossed my mind. I have it reserved right now, the Collector's Edition on PS4, until they have the Collector's Edition PC, because I want to make sure they don't sell out one way or the other.
You have to play it on the PC, man. You do.
Yeah, they do have RTX.
You got this big, beautiful, new, luscious PC.
Luscious.
It is, dude.
Pet it right here.
Stop touching your PC on camera.
I'm sorry. Can't touch my PC on camera.
Hashtag lewd.
Let's see. So, just so we're conscious of time, since we got just over
and we
half
don't need
hour
to,
left.
we want to make sure we say all the good stuff.
Few highlights. The Outer Worlds is coming October 25th, 2019. So I think we're all pretty excited about that. It is Xbox Game Pass, which is a just running trend of pretty much every game they have out there.
It was 34 of the 60 games they announced were going to be available with their Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, wow.
So
okay, cool.
50%. It was a large number.
One thing, too, they are bringing the Xbox Game Pass will be for PC as well. It's correct me if I'm wrong, Xbox Game Pass Elite or whatever? What's it called?
No, it's the Xbox Game Pass for PC, which is basically Game Pass, but then literally just for PC. And then they'll have the Game Pass Ultimate for $15 a month, which is the regular Game Pass, the PC Game Pass, and Xbox Gold, all wrapped into one price.
Which is nice, because right now that's one of the bigger complaints I hear is Xbox Game Pass versus Xbox Live or Xbox Gold, wherever it's called now, are separate. So this will just be combining them all. So $15 seems decent, reasonable for the multi-platforms, things like that. We'll get into some conferences later. And
One
I'll
quick
try not
note
to
on
debate
that.
them.
You know how they mentioned about doing like trying it out for $1, that type of thing, or having $1 and it'll match what your existing membership is. So someone from where we work at bought a year's worth of their gold membership, and for $1, it applied that whole gold membership to include the Game Pass and it for PC.
Wow.
I feel like that's probably not intentional.
I don't know. I don't know.
To look at that.
It's a limited time. It's not like, that's ongoing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's pretty
Interesting
slick.
to check out. Let's see. The game besides Cyberpunk 2077, the one I wanted to shout out personally was 12 Minutes. Which
that looks cool.
Looks very cool. It's takes place in a single room. It's kind of like a Groundhog's Day from what I got, where events happen and it kind of like resets and you continue it again. So I'm assuming it's about 12 minutes long based on the title. It's interesting. I was watching the Kind of Funny live stream like while they were talking over in the conference and everything, and they all recognize this game. Apparently they did a Let's Play like several years ago where it was super alpha. The graphics were terrible. It's just like this guy showing them that was like a fan. So apparently there's video of the original like alpha, if you will, out there on YouTube somewhere. I haven't watched it yet, but they personally said the game was amazing and everything. And it looked really compelling for being a very kind of minimalistic game. So yeah, excited for that. Anything you guys wanted to highlight out of Xbox?
Man, there's so much. I wanted to talk about the 12 minutes. I think it's going to be cool. Xbox Elite controllers, holy shit. That thing is it's absolutely insane. It's absurdly expensive. It's like $180, but the fact that you can like change the sensitivity of your controllers and your button layouts and then program it for multiple games and just kind of like with the push of a button change your profile, that was a really cool shout out.
That's pretty cool.
I imagine we'll go into xCloud and Scarlet. So I think from a games perspective, that's pretty much.
Oh no, I mean, if you want to call it Xbox or Scarlet, or xCloud or Scarlet.
Project xCloud, I think, is super interesting. Basically, for those of you guys who don't know, xCloud is like Stadia. It's going to be Microsoft service where you can pay them and you can stream games directly from their server to your PC. Or I assume Xbox. There hasn't been a whole lot really shared, and they obviously didn't do a tech demo the same way that Google did, so it's yet to be seen what they can actually do. Two interesting things about xCloud, though. Number one, it's coming out in September, which means, as you guys can track at home.
October? Maybe
Is it October?
Maybe I'm wrong.
September or October. Either way,
Okay.
it's actually coming out before Stadia, which is interesting. So they're going to have just a little bit of a head start.
Interesting.
And then secondly, you can actually use your own console as a server, and you can stream from your own console and set up your own server for free.
That's pretty
Which
cool.
is obviously something that Stadia will never be able to do because you don't have a physical hardware, unless they let you have like some sort of server software you can put on your PC and do it from there. So pretty interesting, and it'll be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah. Quick note on
see how it
that.
goes.
I'm interested. I wasn't over the moon when I heard about it, just because I was like,
I bought the Founders Edition of it.
Your own server hosting, I thought that was very cool. But at the same time, like, we'd heard about xCloud. I feel like we didn't get a lot of new details outside of the date and the own hosting. But there's hands-on with it on the E3 floor. So I'm curious, as this week kind of ends out, what opinions are of it. Because obviously Stadia, I'm all in because I've played Stadia, or even the alpha, beta, whatever you want to call it, of the Project Stream, and could tangibly see the performance of it. So I'm curious to see how that measures up from people that have likely played both, being at E3. So.
Last note on the games. Yeah. I'm a Halo guy, so I'm excited about Halo. I wish they showed gameplay though for the new one. And
Yeah.
Because it's been enough time where they could have done that. And I'm also excited.
So you're not talking about Halo Infinite. You're talking about Halo.
I'm talking about the new Halo.
Yeah, Halo Infinite.
Oh,
Yeah.
but that releases with Project Scarlet.
Yeah, which is a little weird.
So holiday 2020.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, just checking.
Yeah. So there's two things, right? There's a new Halo, which they showed the trailer for with Master Chief. I wish they showed some gameplay though, because that one's been in development for a long time. They could show something. Then there's the PC Halo releases of the new stuff,
right,
with Reach coming out first,
which
I'm excited about that too. And I'm gonna get that. I'm definitely gonna be streaming that when all of the Halo games come through, because I've played them on Xbox, but I think it'd be really nice to play them on PC.
So you're gonna have Game Pass to play them then?
Yeah, they come with Game Pass.
Yeah, probably. I've done Game Pass before. I mean, I've
you did it
subscribed. Yeah, I did it for Sea of Thieves. That's right, bro.
I did too. Not even mad. I did the same thing.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it worked. I didn't have any problems. I think I've told you guys, but at that time I was playing with someone that was on their Xbox while I was on PC. Party chat on my PC, and they were doing it through their Xbox. I didn't have any problems, didn't have any lag. So yeah,
I'll give them that.
Hurt, right? You play it, do it for a month, cancel it, move on. You know.
Yep. I fully support the amount of Game Pass. I haven't had an incentive yet to get it. I could see with the Halo and stuff like that coming to PC, I'm going to be more incentivized. I still haven't bought a single game for my Xbox or used Game Pass, but with this dollar thing, I'll probably try it out and all that. But
you only got to lose $1, so.
Yeah, exactly. Just real quick note on Project Scarlet. So again, that's going to be the next gen Xbox console. They did come out and exactly said consoles are not media centers. So they're kind of, I would say, bowing down to PlayStation's comments a few E3
They're backtracking
ago.
from what they used to say too. I mean,
100%.
That's what the whole thing was about. Like, we are a media console.
Yep.
Like, that's the whole thing. Now
Everybody's like, that was dumb. You should focus on video games. So
we're game focused.
That's what they're doing. So complete opposite from 2017, 2016, whenever they were talking about that. Hardware's custom AMD processor, 4 times as powerful as Xbox One X, up to 120 FPS, 8K, ray tracing, solid state drive. Duh. Seriously. 40 times faster than current generation, which is pretty cool because they're doing not the normal solid state drives. They're doing the, I think they're M2 chips or whatever they're called. I got one in this bad boy. I freaking love it.
Of course you do.
But it's holiday 2020. So,
while all of that is incredibly impressive for stats as far as a console is concerned today, you're talking about another year and a half, another 18 months of technology advancing. Yeah,
I was very underwhelmed by that, but that's probably more to talk about Sunday during Squad Thoughts.
A ton of 2020 dates.
Oh yeah, dude.
A ton of 2020.
So many
E3 should have just been called E2020.
Right.
Shit.
Yes.
Besides Nintendo. Well, most of Nintendo.
I mean, some Nintendo.
Yeah, some Nintendo stuff. But yeah, we're gonna keep our personal thoughts on Xbox until Sunday. So moving on to Bethesda. Bethesda's conference was Sunday, June 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Did I get that right? Yeah, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. There was Pete Hines opening. Todd Howard came up, made a comment that he was impressed fans were still here, which I think was good of him. They talked about Elder Scrolls Blades, so the mobile game that's also going to be coming out to Switch this fall. Fallout 76, lots of new updates. There's a free trial this week from June 10th to June 17th. There are free updates, including NPCs and more quests. So pretty much going back on what they said about Fallout 76 on the initial. They're doing Nuclear Winter, Battle Royale. For some reason, they yelled, fuck yeah. That was something. Elder Scrolls 6. They're working on it. That's about all we got there. Ghostwire Tokyo. Got a trailer for that, which I'm sure we'll talk about.
That looked really interesting.
Yeah. Elder Scrolls Online, the new Elsewhere content. There's like a trailer and stuff. Commander Keen. Dragons. Everything dragons.
Just
Dragons. Commander Keen. Keep going. Elder Scrolls Legends is a mobile game. We got Rage 2. Rage 2 for Rise of the Ghost expansion. They've got a bunch of cheat codes you can use to have more fun with the game. Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, which is in VR, that comes out July 2019. Kind of cool. Wolfenstein Youngblood coming out July 26th. That is co-op. Deathloop, which we'll talk about. Orion, which is their new streaming software to help support games going to the cloud. Pretty cool.
Super cool.
Weird, out of the blue announcement, I felt like. Doom Eternal, more information on that one. Comes out November 22nd. Honestly, that's a lot later than I thought it was going to be coming out. And yeah, I think that's out. That's it right there. Mike, call outs of this one?
I want to call out Orion specifically. So what Orion is it's a set of streaming technologies that Bethesda has created that are specifically targeted to be a software solution for what Microsoft and Google are throwing hardware at today. So specifically around streaming these games, so Stadia and xCloud, Orion is a technology that'll help that streaming process go a lot smoother. They were boasting something like a 40% performance increase using their software than doing just traditional loading of the game, which is huge. And what that means is your internet doesn't need to be as fast, your computer doesn't need to be as powerful, their servers don't need to be as powerful, which just is savings all the way across the board in terms of money. So I don't know if this will be just for Bethesda games or if this is a technology that'll explode. But I personally love where games are going, this sort of like Netflix for games sort of generation we're entering. And this is absolutely going to help just let that take off. So very cool. My favorite moment of Bethesda conference.
Very cool. Deion?
Unpopular opinions. One is Fallout 76. They said enough there for me to get that they're apologetic, get that they're working on stuff, and having some content that makes me interested because I have the game to try it out again, right?
Right.
It was enough for me to be like, okay, I can give this a second shot, So that was interesting. And then Elder Scrolls Blades. I know that came out and that's been out. I know. But I want to give that a shot too. And see how that goes. Because
you can download it for free now.
Yeah, because it's free. If I can do that and it port over to the Switch and play on the Switch, and at some point it's supposed to have a VR element too. They talked about that last year.
Oh, I did not know that.
They haven't released that part yet. Mm-hmm. They talked about that for 2018, but I looked it up after because I was like, I suppose it was a VR thing. It did, but they haven't released anything on it.
Gotcha.
So anyway, just I don't know. Here and there, I do have interest. I'm not like, oh my god, like I don't want the mobile market to destroy everything in E3 and the conferences that we're looking for with the bigger games, but at the same time, I'm not just anti everything mobile. Like if it's interesting, I'm down for it. But I do agree that it doesn't need to be like a big, hey, let me do my whole conference and then make mobile seem like it's the next gen game.
Right. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, I launched Fallout 76 this past was it Monday night or Sunday night, whenever it was. Didn't play like more than a few minutes of it just because it was super late by the time I had re-downloaded and all that stuff. But I'm interested. It's piqued my curiosity. My two though, and really my first one was Deathloop. In quotes, Deathloop. Looks kind of like a Happy Death Day movie, kind of repeating. So you're two assassins on an island. You keep dying and it resets or something like that. So it's a story game. The trailer was amazing, just super stylized, kind of 70s assassin spy kind of vibe. And yeah, just looked awesome to me. No gameplay or anything like that, but definitely piqued my interest in something I was not expecting. Same way with Ghostwire Tokyo. Super creepy trailer, Tokyo people disappearing and stuff like that. Kind of came out of nowhere. Looks creepy. Looks good.
That was one of my favorite, like, unexpected things to just come out.
Right.
To have a trailer for it. Like, that's definitely interesting.
Yep. And then Doom Eternal. Just, man, that looks gorgeous. Not usually my type of game, but I'll probably pick this one up because it just looks super smooth. So
Interesting.
let's see, moving on to not one of the main ones, but one that I definitely want to highlight on here, Devolver Digital. So that was Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern. It was interesting. It was very interesting. So it was styled kind of like a Nintendo Direct or the Kind of Funny showcase. The video was super weird. There was people dying and a lot of blood and a lot of swearing. They released a bootleg version of their own games, which you can buy on Steam for $4.99, and it was discounted like 10 cents for some reason, where you can play just mock bootlegs of their own games. Super minimal. It's like 20 megs or some shit like to download. It's super minimal. And you don't have any instructions either because I got it and tried it. But it's fun. It's funny for what it is. It's hilarious. The whole presentation they had was hilarious. I would say the funniest of them, but we're not going to get into that. They talked about heroin up the butt. I'm going to move on from that one. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout comes 2020. Devolver Bootleg, available now on Steam. Carrion, which they said it was premiere, but it wasn't the Kind of Funny showcase in December, so there's that. That comes out in 2020. It's where you're the evil creature, which is kind of cool. Enter the Gungeon, House of the Gun Dead, so that's the expansion sequel to Enter the Gungeon, coming to arcades in 2020. The Messenger Picnic Panic DLC, if you haven't played The Messenger, play it. One of my games of the year. Comes out July 11th. My Friend Pedro looks amazing. Coming out June 20th. Coming out on Switch and I think Steam. And yeah, just worth a watch because it was just a hilarious don't give a fuck presentation. It was just all over the place. Yeah. Did you guys check it out? Did you guys catch that one?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
I think
bizarre.
Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout looks like a blast. It's basically a battle royale, but on a giant obstacle course. And you're like these big little fat, I don't know, you look like a Grimace sort of thing from McDonald's. Running around trying to knock each other off. So I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think that'll be a squad mode for sure. Although I was a little surprised. I don't think any of that was gameplay. It kind of looked like it at the end, but then, I don't know. But definitely something to watch for sure. Next one is the E3 VR Showcase by Upload VR. So if you guys are into VR at all, definitely check out Upload VR. It's a fantastic site. They've got tons of news, always breaking. They had quite a bit of stuff. So this was on Monday at noon. So noon Eastern, Monday, June 10th. They did Fuji, Mare, Skyworld, Until You Fall, Primordian. Vertigo Games had After the Fall. Or actually, sorry. Let me go back there. No, I think, yeah, I got those all right so far. Vertigo Games had After the Fall. Carbon Studio had The Wizard's Dark Times. There's Meat Fortress, Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, which is Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades is a fantastic, highly rated VR game. This is an expansion on it that allows you to play Team Fortress 2 against computers, essentially, from what I gathered from it, but in that Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. So Steam endorsed it, which is pretty cool. Budget Cuts is coming to PSVR in fall. Fantastic game. Budget Cuts 2, I'm going to kind of jump ahead here, is coming. Wow, I forgot how many games they did.
There's a lot.
Yeah, Budget Cuts 2. Oh, it's just coming soon. So I scrolled all that way just for that. So I'm going to just run through these real quick. Budget Cuts. Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. Angry Birds 2, the movie VR. Oh my god, that's the worst trailer I think I've ever seen. Maze Theory is creating Doctor Who, The Edge of Time. Didn't actually look very good, but something to watch out for. September 2019. Disciples of Dawn, Lo-Fi, Archon, Attack of the Squirrels. I do want to highlight this one real quick because one person's playing VR, other people can play on their phones and attack the person that's in VR, who is the tree. So, cool concept. Didn't look like a good game, but very cool concept of them thinking outside the box. The Walking Dead Onslaught, It's coming in fall 2019. Hotel R&R, where you're a rock star and just destroy hotel rooms and then you die and repeat, from what I can tell. I Expect to Die, the sequel Seat of Power, comes out in July 2019. Let's see, Greg Miller's on there talking about PSVR. Mini Mech Mayhem, which is based on a board game that I've played before where you have robots and it's a programming type game.
Robo Rally.
Robo Rally, that's it. But you just played in VR, so that's kind of cool. Undead Citadel, Drunken Bar Fight. There's more DLC, including 4-player multiplayer, which I'm excited about. So we'll keep an eye on that sometime in 2019. Pixel Ripped, Gollum, Arizona Sunshine is coming to Oculus Quest in 2019. Dance Central, cool. Lone Echo Arena. Lone Echo, I've never heard of those, but that one looks like Half-Life. Boneworks looks like Half-Life. Battle Wake, closed beta coming out. You can sign up for that. That's by Servios, the creators of quite a few games. It's kind of a pirate ship battle thing. Looks super fast paced. 4-player co-op. So there you go. Soulkeeper VR, Space Team, Audica, Asgard's Wrath. Type that wrong. Rogan, The Thief in the Castle, Garden of the Sea, Arizona Sunshine, The Damned DLC, where you play in a dam. Funny. Abe, Aspire 1, Solaris Off-World Combat, Budget Cuts 2, like I mentioned. And I think my favorite highlight, Pistol Whip, which is essentially Beat Saber meets Super Hot. So it's a kind of on-the-rail shooter, makes you feel like John Wick. You don't have to be super accurate. There's a beat going on. It looks pretty cool. Coming out in 2019. So definitely going to be checking that one out. And I think I'm going to just continue on to Ubisoft for the sake of time, unless you guys have any objections.
Nope.
Keep it going.
Cool. Ubisoft 2019. So this was Monday, June 10th at 4 p.m. Eastern. They launched the conference with a symphony playing different music, which is pretty cool. Watch Dogs Legion was a huge focus. Mythic Quest, a new TV show starring Charlie Day and a few others on Apple TV Plus. That's dumb. Rainbow Six Siege. They're having a celebrity showdown. Brawlhalla is bringing Adventure Time characters out. Ghost Recon Breakpoint comes out October 4th. That's kind of what Mike was talking about earlier with John Bernthal. Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, a mobile game. You can pre-register now. Just Dance 2020 is coming out in November on a bunch of platforms, including the Wii. The Nintendo Wii, which came out
on purpose
13 years ago. Let that sink in. For Honor, Shadows of the Hitokiri, whatever it is.
Yep, that's
yeah, sure. From now until June 27th, so limited time event. We got Rainbow Six Quarantine, so that is coming out in spring 2020. That is a 3-player co-op, so that actually sounds pretty cool. I kind of want to check that out.
Yeah,
we got
pick that up.
Hell yeah. Division 2, if you guys haven't played, is free June 13th through June 16th, so this weekend, free for everybody. Episode 1's getting in I believe it's July. Into the Woodlands, they go outside the city and stuff. There's episode 2 this fall, episode 3 early 2020. And they, of course, promote the Division movie that will be done on Netflix, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and some actress I'd never heard of. Uplay Plus, similar to Xbox Games Pass, it's going to be $15 a month. You can play all their games, including early access and their premium editions. It's going to be launched in September, and then 2020 it will be available on Stadia. Roller Champions, which we were just playing before this episode of This Week in Gaming, where we did
so
amazing.
Much fun.
A lot of fun, very similar to Rocket League, but Roller Derby. The pre-alpha is available to play through June 14th. Yeah, no date on it except vague 2020 from what they said. Gods and Monsters, that's a pretty cool looking game by creators of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's coming out February 25th of 2020. Okay, that was Ubisoft.
You all right? You need a breath?
Yeah, I need a breath.
Water?
Someone talk.
Gods and Monsters looks really sweet. It definitely looks like a open world sort of adventure game, kind of like Breath of the Wild. So I'm very excited to see what that one is all about. Uplay Plus on Stadia. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about that is super exciting, right? If I can start playing my PC games on my Stadia anywhere I go and just tie into my other accounts. Remember, Stadia is free if you don't pay for the $10 a month for your 4K and all that stuff. So I can pay my $15 a month to Uplay and then just access it from my Stadia. If that's how this works and I can play my games without having to download them and to be able to access them immediately, that is super, super exciting. So I love whatever that may be.
Yeah, that's what I took from it at least. So it's pretty cool.
Yep. Oh, also, Watch Dogs Legion looks amazing. Holy shit! The
Shout
first
out
Watch
to
Dogs
Grandma.
game. Yes. The first Watch Dogs game was awful. It was so awful. It's like you didn't feel like a hacker. You just walked around, pressed square, and you would just like hack the lights. It was fucking awful. This looks like less focus on acting.
Bad.
It was bad. And like just the repeating puzzles. Anyway, it was bad. Don't play it. Not worth your time. But this one, it's less focused around like, look at all the cool hacking you can do. And it's really around like build a network and access these different people with their own custom animations and their own custom voice actors, their own custom stories.
They
Everybody.
can perma-die too, which is kind of cool.
Oh
like
no, Grandma.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for the depth of what that game could be.
Deion.
All right, soapbox, John.
I was just gonna yap about Legion.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
that's good. We're
honestly,
tight on time, and
I was going to as well. So looks great. March 6th, 2020. Some other impressive games coming in out around there too. But yeah, I thought it was cool. Watch Dogs 1, I won't debate that. Watch Dogs 2 was fun, but more pacifist, if you will, and kind of more vibrant and whatever. This one looks a lot more grittier and honestly kind of got the Cyberpunk 2077 vibe a little bit out of it. And people are going to die. You're going to lose your characters and stuff like that. So I like how more intense and kind of gritty it feels. And it's super ambitious for being able to like play as any character type thing.
And it takes place in London. There aren't like many games that I can think of off the top of my head that you actually get to play in London. So that'd be cool.
That's fair.
We've done New York 1,000 times, and we've done a handful of other cities.
I'm curious.
London should be fun.
They didn't talk about multiplayer at all, and both other Watch Dogs games had multiplayer elements. So I am curious what that's going to look like, especially if you can control anybody. If they're going to just have that was the most fun I ever had in Watch Dogs 2 was the free roam with friends playing that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, if you're building networks, it would be cool to link your network with your friend's network, and you build it even bigger and do some sort of like other missions and stuff. So I could see potential.
Yeah, we hit all your points.
you got it, dude.
Cool. Last note on that is they said, quote, "Let's unfuck this world." And I appreciated that.
Yes.
I wrote that down.
That was good.
Last little soapbox thing about Ubisoft. Mythic Quest looks like a TV show I'd want to watch. It's on Apple TV Plus. That's dumb. Now I'm going to have to watch it some other way. I'll leave it at that. Let's see. Moving on. Kind of funny game showcase. Probably won't talk about this too much. 60 games, tons of indie games. Way too many for me to actually list. Adam's Ascending was a cool thing that I highlighted at the end. One guy developed it. It looks very expansive for being one single person, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, thought it was a really well run showcase. It was like 45 minutes long, something like that. And yeah, good on them for doing that. Let's see. Monday, June 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern, Square Enix. I've heard it every which way. And sorry I stole this image from Green Man Gaming because they did not have good images on Google. So there you go.
Thanks, Green Man.
Yeah, appreciate that. Let's see. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Motherfuckers.
I did write that down. Continuing on, though, before I go back to that for a long time. Life is Strange 2. I I swear this game was already out. I'm confused on that one. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Now it's on your phone. Cool. Octopath Traveler is already on PC. So there's that. Last Remnant Remastered, available already. Dragon Quest Builders 2. Longest trailer of... Actually, maybe not the longest trailer of E3. One of the longest trailers of E3. Comes out July 12th. It felt really long. That's what she said. Dragon Quest 11 comes out fall on Nintendo Switch. It's the Definitive Edition S or something like that. Circuit Superstars 2020. Battalion 1944 is on Steam now. Shroud loves that game, so there's that. You can stream Square Enix music, so that's kind of cool. Kingdom Hearts 3, another trailer with no sound effects, no voiceover, and just a bunch of text. So
it's super dramatic.
There you go.
So dramatic.
It's the Remind DLC coming out this winter.
Still didn't show any Final Fantasy characters, though. I think the rumor is that they're going to be present in this. So
interesting. Okay. Yeah.
There were no Final Fantasy characters at all in Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's
so
right.
The thought is that they'll show up in the DLC.
Yeah, they'll remind you right before Final Fantasy VII comes out. Let's see. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the third expansion pack, comes out July 2nd. New classes, races. We talked about that because they're sexist. Let's see. Dying Light 2 comes out spring 2020, which I thought was very late for that game because I feel like I've been hearing about that game for ages. Romancing Saga 3. Cool. Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions. No idea. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, War of the Visions. Yep. Outriders. Actually looks really cool.
This one looks cool.
Yeah, that was... I was so bored with a bunch of trailers, and then that came up, and I was like, what is this? What is happening? I'm back into it. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, coming to Switch, 2019, no date on it. And Marvel's Avengers.
Yes.
Mike, your highlights?
So this conference started high and then got fucking weird in the middle. That Brave Exvius, whatever. I watched that trailer from start to finish, and when it was done, I had no fucking clue what was happening. So good on them. And then Marvel's Avengers brought it all the way back up. So those are the two highlights for sure. Final Fantasy VII. Find the clip online. Watch the 15 minutes of gameplay. If you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, you're going to shit your pants, so wear some Depends. If you're not a Final Fantasy fan...
You're going to just pee yourself a little bit.
You're still... Yeah, you're going to be a Final Fantasy fan. I'm super pumped with what they're doing. I'm very excited. So that, huge highlight. And then Marvel's Avengers was another one. So I heard today the guy who did the programming for the Leviathan acts actually left Santa Monica Studios and joined Square Enix to work on the or Crystal Dynamic rather to work on Mjolnir. So to get that sort of like snatch and weight.
So he's actually now the lead director of game combat or something like that. So he's like over all the combat.
Oh my god,
which is awesome. So the Shield, Mjolnir, Black Widows,
the thrusters on the.
I don't know.
Oh man, I'm so excited for this game. Zero gameplay shown. Zero. It was just like a bunch of cutscenes, and they talked, and they're like, "You're gonna have one-player stuff. It's gonna be a huge one-player campaign, but play with friends, and there won't be loot boxes, but it's gonna be as a service." And we're like,
"Yeah,
I don't know what that's supposed to mean."
Yeah,
so I'm excited for it.
Comes out May 15th, 2020. They got all the voice actors, huge names, Nolan North, Troy Baker in there.
Yes.
I
love them.
I'm sure we'll get into it Sunday, but just real quick, feel like they needed to show a lot more out of it. I know there's a lot more hands-on at E3, so hopefully more comes out of that. But yeah, kind of weird to not show gameplay and not actually talk about it being... And from what I'm hearing from the floor, it's single player, and then there's sort of like a games as a service, but not really. It's kind of like a weird new mix thing, and I don't know what that means. So,
yeah, I think it's interesting that they talked about, okay, so we'll have new regions and we'll have new heroes coming, and all of those are, which is great. They kind of hinted at what the first new hero might be at the very end. But they specified that they will not be charging you before they ever even show gameplay, which it's kind of a weird order of way to do that. If being honest. So,
Deion,
I don't know how I feel about Avengers. I just need to see more gameplay to really give a good verdict there.
Yep.
It kind of about, and I know this is just because of contracts and likeliness. It just there's just a twinge in me that's just it kind of looks like those actors that we know in these Avengers movies that we've watched the last X amount of years, but they're not like that. And I totally get why it's not those actors.
MCU, but it's not MCU.
Right. And usually in the past when they've done that, though, the characters kind of look pretty distinctly different, like Thor, but Thor with a different costume and Thor of a more comic-centric feel, where this is close to the movies that we watched. But the facial features just a little different. But I think if the game is satisfying enough, if everything's there, that's just kind of a mental thing that I would move on from. But it's just I'm oh, you look close, but not exactly like that person.
It's supposed to be a unique story too, which is really exciting. So this isn't based on any comic or the MCU or anything like that. It's supposed to be its own sort of standalone story. So
I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope it follows through.
One note on it that I was a little curious if they would fall into the same universe as Marvel's Spider-Man on the Insomniac did on PlayStation. I assume not, because of different studios and all that stuff, and it'd be super complicated. But I think it's pretty much confirmed not, because unless I'm mistaken, it looked like Taskmaster was in the trailer, blowing shit up. I could be wrong on that, but if it is Taskmaster, then there are two completely different costumes between the games. But
it'd be kind of cool. They just take the character from Marvel's Spider-Man and just there you go.
Insomniac's here's a model. Good luck. For me, Final Fantasy VII. Holy shit!
Of course.
I was super skeptical when they were talking about the real-time combat and reimagining not even just the gameplay but the story, and I was Final Fantasy VII was what got me into RPGs. It's still probably my favorite game of all time, and I'm sure a million people say that, but it's resonated with me since 2005 when they did the tech demo conference at E3, and then in 2015 when they actually said they were going to make this game. Ever since then, I was I'm going to buy the collector's edition day one. So naturally, that's why I missed some of these really long trailers and didn't mind during the Square Enix conference, because immediately I was searching everywhere for the collector's edition and stuff on where to do it. Found it, did reserve that, so I'm very excited. Hefty price tag, more than I thought it was going to be, but I'm still really excited. So March 3rd can't come fast enough for me. Combat looked amazing. The environment changing through the boss fight, the actual boss fight itself, and the slowdown kind of mechanics for the ATV, just like it. And then Tifa. Damn. Sorry. Yeah. In our notes, I just put Tifa looking bold, italicized, and underlined good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yep. That's that. Then my other highlight was Marvel's Avengers. I'm very excited. I'm going to pay a lot of attention to that, although I have so many questions. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered coming to the Switch, I'm super pumped about, because from my understanding, there was tons of legal stuff with that game and rights everywhere. So everybody was pretty much 7 came to the Switch, 9 and 10 are on the Switch. Or sorry, not 10. 6, 7, 9, I think are on the Switch. So everybody's pretty much given up hope of 8. So I'm very excited to play 8 because I haven't played that in a long time.
Yeah, but I wish they'd have showed it at a different time, because you come right off of that Final Fantasy VII remake, and then they're like, "This is the HD remake of Final Fantasy VIII." And I'm like, "But I wanted to do that."
Yeah, why can't it be that one with Squall?
They can do that one. I'll wait. I know. Oh man.
Yeah. So all of E3, there were, I think, a lot of questionable timings, but I'm sure we'll get that Sunday. Okay, anything else from Square Enix before I move on to the last and final one, Nintendo?
Nope. Great conference.
Cool. Yes, surprisingly good for being Square, because they're usually terrible. Nintendo Direct E3 2019 happened yesterday. Oh, well, yesterday as we're recording this. June 11th, Tuesday, June 11th at noon Eastern. They went through Super Smash Brothers, new Hero, which is actually called Hero, from the Dragon Quest 11 series. So it's 4 or 5 different heroes. They're just different clothing options for the same base mechanic hero. So you can kind of switch between them each game. They all do the same shit. Summer 2019. Yay. I'm going to skip ahead because they didn't announce it immediately after for whatever reason. Wow. Actually, way ahead. Way further ahead than I thought. Banjo-Kazooie is coming in the fall 2019 update. And then that means we still have 2 more heroes we will get before, I believe it was February 2020, before all 5 are out. So it sounds like fall, winter, we'll be getting, 3 of them. So Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition S comes out September 27th, like I mentioned previously, on the Switch. Doug Bowser came out, did a little bit with Bowser. I thought it was cute, and I'm glad he did that. Luigi's Mansion 3 is coming out in 2019. Didn't give a date. That was kind of weird. It is co-op, though. Online co-op as well, which is pretty cool. Confirmed Doug Bowser hates Mario. Wrote that note. Dark Crystal, the tactics, kind of looks like Mario Rabbids, is coming out on Switch, and it's based on the Netflix series for the Dark Crystal, which was also coming out. They didn't have a date on that one. The Zelda Link's Awakening remake looks phenomenal.
Oh, man.
Phenomenal. So coming out September 20th. Trials of Mana comes out early 2020. I really know nothing about that series, unfortunately. The Collection of Mana is available today, so I like that. Pretty cool. The Switcher 3/Witcher 3 is coming out in 2019 on Nintendo Switch. It runs 540p handheld, 720p docked, so take that as you will. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I don't know much about Fire Emblem either, but it looks kind of cool with like the Hogwarts kind of school thing going on. July 26th. Resident Evil was a stupid trailer that showed footage from... So I need to double check our list because we wrote down Resident Evil 1, 5, 6, and 0. But from what I was listening to on podcasts, it was they showed footage from 1, but it didn't actually include 1. So I guess there were a bunch of comments on that. So if one of you guys can try to fact check me on that one. No More Heroes 3 is coming out sometime. So it's more sci-fi than the first 2 No Man's Heroes, which looks kind of cool. The Contra Collection, and actually we did miss one on here. There's a new Contra game coming out, which looks terrible. And then the Contra Collection is available today, which looks like Contra. The Contra new game should not look like the original Contra. We thought it was the same thing. It's 2 separate things. That's how bad.
What?
Yeah, that's how bad it looked. We thought it was an old 80s video game. That's how bad. Or early 90s, I guess I should say. Daemon X Machina comes out September 13th. You might have previously played the demo on that for Switch. Panzer Dragoon, a rail shooter, coming out this winter. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Only wrote down that you can play with the Pokeball Plus. That was a really main update. Comes out November 15th.
And not only that, you can't play with the Pokemon Plus, the same way you could Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, but you can transfer your Pokemon into the Pokeball Plus and you'll get some sort of bonus the same way you did in Let's Go.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't miss that.
Yeah, they won't have like the ball catching mechanic.
Gotcha.
Like they did.
Kind of okay with that, to be honest. Astral Chain looks pretty anime. Coming out August 30th. Empire of Sin comes out 2020. Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3 comes out July 19th with an expansion pass in fall 2019, including X-Men and some other stuff. Cadence of Hyrule, so that kind of rhythm Zelda game based on another rhythm game I'm blanking the name of. Comes out tomorrow, June 13th. Kind of weird they didn't just do a comes out right now type thing when it was like less than 2 days away, but kind of weird there. Mario Sonic Olympics, so rebranded that, no years to it, just Olympics. Sure it'll be a good party game that we play like once. Comes out November 2019. Animal Crossing, the Deserted Island Getaway Package, March 20th, 2020. So this did get pushed. We'll come back to that. Spyro is coming to Switch September 3rd, which is pretty cool. Silk Song, Ni no Kuni, the original is coming out September 20th. Minecraft Dungeons 2020. Blades, which we talked about earlier from the Bethesda conference, is coming out fall 2019. My Friend Pedro, which we talked about from the Devolver Direct, is coming out June 20th. That one looks awesome. Gonna pick that one up. Doom Eternal, coming out soon. Sinking City, which was highlighted in the Kind of Funny Game Showcase, is coming out in fall 2019. Wolfenstein Youngblood, July 26th. The number 5, I don't know, it's a zombie game.
It looked cool. Whatever it was, it looked really cool.
Didn't have a date. Alien Isolation 2019. Again, no date there. Crystal Chronicles comes out winter 2019. Dragon Quest Builders comes out July 12th. Stranger Things 3 the game. Just Dance 2020. Catan. Super Lucky's Tale. Dauntless. Sorry, didn't get dates on those. All coming out. Super Mario Maker 2 coming out in just over 2 weeks. June 28th.
Nice.
And Breath of the Wild sequel is in development. So there's that.
That one's actually really exciting. I'm
highlights?
expecting like a 2022, 2023 release, so it's going to be a lot of waiting.
I'm hoping it's faster just because it's the same engine and everything.
Exactly. Yep.
You know?
So, we were talking about this a little bit earlier and kind of debating because my initial, and I think my still gut, and apologies if you can hear my dog, my gut is that they announced it too early. They showed some clips of it, which, got everybody hyped. They didn't put a date. They didn't say anything. It's just is now in development. My hope is using the same engine and everything. It is quicker, but it also is Nintendo. So where they say things like, now I'm freaking blanking on Animal Crossing is going to be in 2019, keeping it vague like that, and then coming out in 2020. And honestly, that trailer looking super minimal and kind of, to me, concerning because it looks super small and they didn't show hardly anything on it. And that's a game they've been working on. So I don't know. I'm hopeful because I was talking to somebody that's, they don't do sequels. Majora's Mask, I think technically counts as a sequel, right? That was the same engine?
Majora's Mask actually has a unique story, though. Yeah, that one, there was a party, and the game director was basically bet that he couldn't create a full-blown sequel in 1 year. And that's why the game, you recycle the days, and you just play with the same characters over and over again. It's because he was trying to get the game out in under a year.
No shit. I never knew that.
Yes.
Huh.
Yep, but that's why there are very, very few Legend of Zelda direct sequels because they're all technically different links with different Zeldas, and there's a hypothetical sort of multi-timelines, like there's 2 or 3 potential timelines that they could all fall into, but none of that's confirmed. They're all technically their own standalone games.
Interesting. Okay. So, I hope it's soon, but I'm kind of not holding my breath on that one.
Yeah.
Deion, highlights for you?
No, I mean, you hit the big ones. There wasn't anything like for me. I wasn't fanboying on a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm excited about a new Zelda. Excited about some of the new characters for Smash, but I think Nintendo had a good E3. Just for me personally, obviously they had a lot of JRPGs and other stuff that just didn't tie into the games that I typically play.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. It was like they had a lot of stuff. I do wish they were a little firmer on dates, like even things in 2019 that weren't getting dates, which I thought was pretty odd. But yeah, they had a lot of stuff. I mean, it was well paced. Nothing I got super excited about. Witcher 3, honestly, I'm excited that's coming to the Switch so more people can experience it. I don't know if I'm going to play it. I want to see somebody play it on the Switch before I invest it, because the 540p, like, that just sounds terrifying to me. Like, I get the Switch isn't super high def, but like The Witcher 3 is such a beautiful game that I played on the PlayStation that I don't know how I'll feel playing it in that kind of dumbed down resolution. Even as good of a game as it is, I know that's going to take away some of it from me.
The combat is usually pretty complex too in Witcher games, and so I'm curious on how fluid that'll be on the Switch. But
gotcha. Yeah, that's fair point.
I platinumed it for the PS4. I don't know that I'd spend the money, go out and play it again. It was a blast.
Yeah, cool. It's like a cool thing. Cool that they're offering it to the people that don't have, PlayStations, Xboxes, and stuff. So.
Dragon Quest 11 is something I've been meaning to pick up on PlayStation, but it's been one of those games that I know it's gonna be like 100 hours, and I just don't play huge games like that on my PlayStation a whole lot anymore. So I'm excited to probably pick that up on the Switch and play it more casually type thing. No More Heroes 3 I'll probably pick up because I really did enjoy the second one of that. I never played the first. And Animal Crossing, I was just super disappointed that got pushed, because I feel like that was what most people, in my opinion, went to the Nintendo Direct for expecting out of this E3, just to see it pushed and really not much information on it. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. There was no talk of the next Mario, no talk of any Mario sports games at all. No talk about the new Switch consoles. Hardly any dates for anything. It was very light.
Xbox Game Pass has been a discussion around Nintendo for so long. Even I think it was Phil Spencer, somebody at Xbox, said to like watch the Nintendo Direct. So that apparently must have been about the Minecraft announcement, because there was nothing about Game Pass, which I thought was a for sure thing going in. At least some discussion about it. So yeah. We'll see. That brings us to the end of our kind of E3 recap for episode 30 of This Week in Gaming. Real quick, though, not to leave you guys without some delightful deals of the week. Again, if you're watching this before June 14th, check out Roller Champions on Ubisoft. You can get on Uplay for free. It's pre-alpha. If you want to go over to Epic Game Store, you can still get, as I messed that image up, Kingdom New Lands. That is free through June 13th. Starting June 13th, you can also get Enter the Gungeon, Farewell to Arms, a game I've not played, but I've heard amazing things about. It's a bullet hell shmup, or shoot 'em up. And yeah, you can get that from June 13th through June 20th. And I guess real quick, I'm not sure how if we've even been playing games with all this E3 news and constant conferences going on, but Mike, what are you playing?
Honestly, I actually jumped back into Days Gone. I've been hitting it pretty hard. Probably put 5, maybe 6 hours in over this week in between conferences and all that other stuff. So, it's starting to pick up quite a bit. I actually realized that things on your map disappear once you've completed them, such as Nero research stations. And so I saw them on my map, and I assumed they were the ones I had visited. I did not realize those were ones I hadn't visited.
Oh, weird.
So I went back and I collected all the stim packs and stuff that I'd missed, and it kind of like beefed my character way up. I was like, oh, all right.
Oh, wow, this is easier now.
Better. Yeah. So nice. That's been fun.
Deion?
For me, I think E3 gave me some of the hype to play some of the games that I played. So I played Battlefront 2 before EA's announcement about Jedi Fallen Order. And then after hearing about some of the Battlefield maps, I played some Battlefield.
That's true. We did play that.
Yeah, you played that too.
Yeah. Did not do well. You did well. I did not do well.
I was resin everybody.
That's true.
I was resin everybody.
Number one res.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, pretty much off of the hype of E3, those are the games that I played.
Gotcha. Yeah, dude, I'm in a weird kind of limbo state right now. So after the Square Enix conference, I finally bought Final Fantasy IX, which I've been meaning to do on the Switch. So I started playing that. I'm only not even like an hour in at this point. But excited to play that kind of casually, bad and all that stuff. On my phone, Star Wars Galaxies of Heroes, that's Addiction's full going on that one, so that's awful. PlayStation, been playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey still, so I think since like Memorial Day I've been really playing that. I'm like level 42 now, so I've got some decent time. I think I've pretty much completed the kind of main family story. I'm going to just say it like that and leave it open to interpretation. For PC, I'm kind of in a weird rut right now where I don't know what to play. I downloaded Fallout 76. Nobody was on the play, so I didn't really want to play it solo. I played Battlefield 5 with you guys a little bit. And I just downloaded EVE Online because I have a Twitch Prime loot for EVE Online. So I know, I'm kind of debating that.
John, you have a problem.
I do.
Dude, you're like 10 years too late, man.
I know, 10 years too late, but there's that Twitch Prime, and you know what that gets you? Free loot.
What does it get you?
Including free subs.
What?
Yeah, you can click that follow thing,
Tell
hit
me more
subscribe. Yeah, you have to do it every month. Otherwise, Amazon keeps your money. So don't let Amazon keep your money. Give it to us. Or somebody else. But like, us would be great. Or if you're watching on this YouTube, hit that little bell. Is it right? Yeah, it's like right there. Right there. Or if you're listening to us, like us on whatever you're listening to us to. That'd be cool. But yeah, I'm just kind of all over the place with games right now. Just that PC, I don't have that kind of one game. So, and honestly, I'm not sure what that game will be.
Go in your Steam library and pick one of your 150 games. Yeah,
so I probably will start going through the backlog. I think I'm gonna be doing some VR backlog trimming. So I'll be streaming some of that, doing Beat Sabers workouts and stuff like that. But I was doing Vanishing Realms Monday morning since I had the day off. So I'll probably be continuing more of that, which is a pretty fun game so far. Kind of a dungeon crawler RPG. So.
Yep. I got lots of stuff I'll be streaming. Platinum Grind on Mondays. Didn't do it this Monday because of the
streams or conferences.
Yeah, one of the conferences, whichever one was Monday night.
Yeah, Ubisoft and Square.
Yep.
Yeah. So check us out. YouTube, twitch.tv/SlightlySalted podcasts, whatever you want to check us out on. Hit us up on our Discord, the usual. You guys got anything else? I know we're way over on time.
Shout out to ADEV.
Shout out to ADEV, who's probably not even watching.
I know. And for those fans out there that are interested, if you're curious on what our opinions were of the E3 last year, if you look at any of our, or if you listen to any of our podcasts, I put up as a bonus episode our E3 recap of 2018.
Nice. So, where our audio is probably not nearly as good as it now is.
No, it's really horrific. It's really horrific, and Archer Farms is just all over the microphone. So
Archer Farms,
we've come a long way. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty cool. I showed somebody a video of even our Extra Life in November versus like now, and it's just a stark difference. So it's pretty cool.
We're awesome.
We're getting there. But as always, thank you guys for watching. We definitely appreciate it. And you can check us out this Sunday for a ton of E3 debate from 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/SlightlySaltedSquad. We'll be posting that everywhere after that. And then This Week in Gaming every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. But until next time, stay salted.
Bye.